To me, I think our sins that we don't be honestly dealt with and called wrong within ourselves, and we didn't been instructed or corrected. Yeah, someone didn't instruct us of what the right thing to do, and did not correct us of what the right thing to do. Is the It becomes the problem. That the problem of now people have accepted negative ways of doing things, and in this world system. Television and radio and internet and movies have conduct people's ways of speaking, and doing negative things, and being negative to other people, and it's okay, and nothing's negative is gonna happen. Just keep being negative towards people, saying negative things with poor people, and nothing bad is not gonna happen. That results, that some bad tragedy or family messed up, or friend broke up, that you have bad relationship problems. It's not because of the negativity influence that flowing in television. That is not the reason why bad things are happening. That the world. Oh yeah, the topic of this message. Check this out. It's called the reality of the fear of the Lord world system. Yes, the fear. The fear of the people world system. The fear of the people world system. Yeah, the fear, and that's what the whole idea of they're trying to. And this ideal to. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about, because I let them ducks. That's right. See, now let me go back again. See, we have sin. We have sin inside of us, and we do wrong things. And this world system conditions, through influence and unfortunately our environment, say, it's okay to keep these negative tendencies going on, and these negative tendencies are okay to do, and it's not gonna, like I said, it's not gonna produce no negative result. And all of a sudden it started producing a negative result, but because now you feel so, it's now a normal response to you, because maybe your mother or your father struggle with these negative tendencies, and you've been inherit these negative tendencies, and their negative tendencies be more comfortable to you, because it's in you to be about doing that negative tendency, whatever it can be. Maybe anger or frustration or lying, or so many negative tendencies that we've been inherit, and we don't be real or honest about those tendencies. We try to see if we can manage to perform them, not in front of people, pretty much, or you you just stay hidden. You don't be real about it until a situation magnifies itself concerning the negative tendency of the temptation that Satan does in his playground called the world system, is going to push you to the point of performing whatever negative tendency that you have inherited from your mother and father. And what this world system is going to do is going to encourage everybody else to be like that, and it's okay to be like that in this negativism. Look at the '60s, trip area. They say, it's okay to use drugs, it's okay to party, it's okay to fool around with everybody, have sex with anybody, and be happy, and drug use was so crazy and terrible. It says it's okay, but people starting to die. Bad stuff started happening. Families start breaking up, and things start getting terrible. For some apparent reason. It couldn't be that through negativity and all that bad stuff is what a person in darkness will. But that's the spiritual darkness. Yes, spiritual darkness is about ignorance, that you will ignore the ideal. My wrongdoing is causing a wrong thing to happen. That is what Satan will play in your mind. Say, oh, it's not that. And you know what? It's easy to say, oh, it's not that, when you're in a place of ignorance. It's what Satan conditioned people, and it's a part of your nature that you may inherit from your mother and father, and they may inherit them from mother and father. And it's like it's comfortable to you to be in this negative state. So, okay, let's keep up with the negative state. And it's acceptable from your many people around you. Now, watch this. Now, the eyes of people that, hey, they're doing it. They're doing it. There's people talking this negative language. They're doing this negative thing. Why not me? You know what I'm saying? Why not me join the negative world system that is comfortable to be negative? You know what I'm saying? Because if I fit good to it, because I have surrendered to the condition of my fleshly nature. And now watch this. Here's the thing what God taught me about people that seek after attention. You know what I'm saying? It's this people approval. Yes, it's people approval. I found out where it's motivated. See, here's what God showed me. See, when you sin, what happens is that your Genesis 1:26, made in the image and the likeness of God, right? So now Satan deceives you to make you believe that you're this kind of like this as God. And as God means that you're something like God, but God for the wrong reasons. You think that you should be praised. You think you should be worshiped like you this greatest person in the whole wide world. That's what the whole idea of as God mindset, that Satan wants people to believe and have that mind, that I need somebody's approval to say that I'm a great person, whatever it's about. You need this approval. But guess what? When you're doing these sins, what happened within yourself that you don't understand, that you're going to feel less of yourself. You're going to feel less of yourself if you're doing the sins. Now, the more you start feeling less of yourself because it's sin and you're supposed to be made for God to be inside you, you will feel like you need, the approval of people. You need approval. You want to feel like there's more to that. You're a more better person. You want that image of a more better person, but you are performing something less. You know what I'm saying? And sin that's making you feel lesser than a person. And inside you don't understand, in order to truly be a true good person, you be made in the image and likeness of God. But the world system says, no, you need to be doing the negative things, like everybody else is doing. You need to do negative things. And then you try to be better, keep a better image in the eyes of people. You know what I'm saying? Maintain a better image in the eyes of people, but yet you still will feel lesser than a person inside because you're doing something that is meaningless, like sin. And this system that everybody, follow, unfortunately, is this world system conditions people to do that. You sinning, you fooling around, but
you YouTubing?
Yep. Have a good day. And interesting. You feeling lesser than a person, and you feeling less inside, and you're trying to be better. And watch this. You feel bitter because you feel less. You feel bitter because you're not fulfilling a purpose that you are created for. So you feel bitter inside, and you carry and multiply bitterness and frustration inside because you don't feel like you're the person that you're supposed to be. Now you are frustrated because of that, and you take it out on other people in many kind of way, unfortunately, in all kind of sinful actions. You know what I'm saying? All the kind of sinful actions that are wicked and evil, that you're going to take this energy, the ideal that you know, got this negative tendency that you can't do nothing with and you can't control it. You're frustrated with that and you don't know how to deal with it. But at the same time, you're trying to maintain this image and you trying to get this approval from the eyes of people. And now you know, and you have to do evil. It just rhymes. And the thing is, now you feel like you have to impress everybody like Saul. Saul felt like he had to impress everybody to show him how great a king he was. One time, Samuel told Saul to go to this place and kill everything, because this place of these people, they worship gods and this evil wickedness, and they did evil, wicked practices, for a long time. And he told them to kill everything in there because they're all about, hardcore satanic worship, pretty much. Get rid of them all. But Saul wanted to, take over the place and capture their king and show off and brag to everybody in Israel. And took their spoils. He killed some people and took their spoils. And, trying to brag to everybody, look at me, I'm your great king, and I have defeated this kingdom. And Samuel comes up here and says, did you do what God told you to do? And he's like, what? Yeah, yes, I did. You know how oh, yeah, I did what God told me to do. But no, you didn't do what God told you to do. The king is sitting right here. And because my boy Samuel, had to finish the job with the king. He took the sword. Could you imagine old Samuel taking that sword and slice the king's throat and kill off to what God told him to do, based upon a spiritual, thing that is he wanted them to be killed. You know what I'm saying? Kill everything because of a spiritual thing, of a satanic problem around the area of Israel, that of the worship they were doing. But he was on a ego agenda. I wonder how many people in the earth be on an ego agenda. But the thing is, he was on an ego agenda, and he wanted to appease people, and he wanted to hear the praises of people, Asgarding praises of people, the voices of the people. Look at Saul, he's this great guy, the praises of people. But that's not God's king, that the praises about receiving praises from the people. But God's king, of course, God has chosen David, did totally opposite of what King Saul did, and be about praising the Lord and, giving him glory is what the objective God was looking for. And guess what? If y'all want to continue on this cycle of wanting to do things based upon the fearing men, looking less in the eyesight of men, to be a Christian is supposed to be, not, of course, we won't please the people in darkness, but it's all about pleasing God. Is what's supposed to be about the agenda of a Christian. It's supposed to be aimed at pleasing God, but it's never supposed to be pleasing men, as what Paul says in Galatians 1 and 10. We're supposed to be pleasing God concerning our performance. But the thing is, this idea that Saul, became a victim of and been dethroned off his position of Israel, is that he wanted to please and he feared people's opinion, what people think about him. He's trying to win a popularity contest with people instead of trying to be peculiar is the problem. What's going on in this world, that people are buying into the world system, wanted y'all to do all these things for the sake of winning the popularity contest with people around you, and end up being about foolishness and a bunch of nonsense. And let me see here, wickedness is what this fearing people were all about. Look, people don't got no heaven or hell to put you in. People are operating in wickedness and evil. They're temporal. They're not really a good investment to listen to about what for anything. Only your creator that created you knows the words that you need to follow, and follow his instructions, and he'll have you fulfilling your true purpose, and that you will also pursue being Genesis 1:26, made in the image and likeness of God, and that's well worth it of living a greater life than doing that. All right, that's the message. God be the glory. Him forever and ever in Jesus' name, amen.